Hollers and Hills of West Virginia. From the Hollers and Hills of West Virginia, it's Heavenly Hills Homestead with another episode. Stay tuned. Boom! All right, guys, today we want to talk about diversifying your soil. You know, many of you have heard of diversifying your portfolio or whatever, right? And that just simply means you're kind of broadening that way that you can do things, right? Kind of the way you're active in it, or the things that you're putting in it. Diversifying your portfolio can mean you get into silver, gold, whatever, right? But we're going to talk about diversifying your soil today, and some of the things that we're doing here right now is really trying to get into this permaculture style of growing. Now, I might not go full into that here on this piece of property, but eventually, when we get to the forever home, the forever property, we want to make sure that we are substantially knowledgeable in all things permaculture, back to Eden styles of growing and doing soil, right? Like being able to amend our soil, being able to diversify that soil and stuff. And so you can think of the greenhouse as one of our many tools and ways of which we play around and learn and stuff. Last year we had multiple different crops growing in here: strawberries, peppers, root crops, melons, totally different things, eggplants and stuff, totally different things, different ways of growing, helping each other grow, symbiotically pushing one another, and creating this cool way of gardening in a small spot, yet maximizing the benefits and stuff. I can tell a big difference from this soil 2021, when I tilled this up fall of 2021, and when I started putting stuff in here fall of 2022 and now, right? Didn't put a lot in here fall of 2022, just a couple little things. We ate those, we let them die off. Now it's winter of 23, and we're in here, raised bed, cover crop, peas, you name it, we got it, and we're growing it in here, and we're going to continue to build on that. And we've got a really cool plan for this greenhouse that we will maybe elaborate at some point later down the road, or you may just have to wait until we get to that point where I want to show you what we've done. And there may come a point where I stop showing you this altogether and maybe show clips here and there, but not fully this, because I've got some plans for this and they're pretty awesome. And so anyhow, I just want to kind of come in here today, and we want to talk about diversifying this soil. We see our strawberries are popping back up. They're doing really good. We've actually took some of these strawberries and put them in the house, growing them in our grow towers and stuff. Now we're getting peas to come up. I see peas popping up everywhere. We've got our cover crop of buckwheat and rye that's came up. This will provide really good cover, really good help for the soil. It'll put organic matter into the soil. It'll put nutrients into the soil to help it in various ways. But we want to kind of continue to build on it, because I don't know how to eat wheat. And I don't know that I can eat rye, but I do know what I can eat is peas and greens. And so I got all these greens that we saved seeds from last year. And I was cleaning up the building yesterday. Finally had a second to clean that up on a day that I could get to it. And I was like, oh yeah, I saved all these different types of greens. Some of it's bok choy, some of it's benihashi stuff. Some of it is Swiss chards and things. But nevertheless, we've got them. And I'm thinking, well, what am I going to do with all them seeds? Because it's literally a whole box of seeds here. And while that might not be a lot when you take all these little ones right here, right, and you open them up, right, and you got all them little seeds in there. Let's see what there is there. That little thing there produced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seeds right there. All right, you see them in the palm of my hand? Now you see them, now you don't. And so, oh man, this thing's got a ton of them in there. Anyhow, all these seeds, right? I'm thinking, what are we going to do with all them? Well, we eat this stuff. I know we eat it. We eat it really well around here. We love it, in fact. So why not plant it? It's good for the soil. It does a lot of stuff for the soil. And then whatever we don't eat, when it comes time to do something really cool in here, I just simply come in here, till it under, or let it go to seed and then till it under. And then the seeds will come back and produce more food and more cover crop and stuff like that. So that's what we're doing. We're just out here taking these seeds. Look at that thing. That thing there is full of seed. Goodness gracious. How many is in this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 seeds right there. Gone. Yeah. Tons of seeds in this stuff that we can be using to help build our soil up. And we can eat. And that's pretty cool because I like to eat. So all we're doing is we're simply cracking these open and we're planting them. Then we're taking the shaft or whatever you want to call it, the chaff or whatever, and we're just kind of laying it down here, stepping on it, using it for a walkway. And I think it's pretty cool that we can do this, and like I say, it's really going to help benefit the soil in multiple different ways. I plan on growing some pretty phenomenal giants in here this year, as well as many other things. And I want to make sure that that whatever I grow in here has got the best chance at growing the biggest and the best stuff, right? And the only way to do that is to really give it its best chance. Let's see here. And if we add this stuff, like this right here, these are tons of, look at all the seed pods in this. Tons of seed pods in there. Y'all see all them little seed pods? Look at them all. Look at all of them. Right, we're just going to take it like this. Y'all see that? Just rubbing it in our hands, breaking it all up, letting it go to the ground, right? All that seed is now down, planted on the ground. And what we're going to do, we'll come in here and we'll water it, and we'll get it growing. And the heat that we've got in here, look here, it was 115 in here earlier today. It's now 5:26 and it's 75 in here still. And that's with me having the door open all day on it. Because after I got in here and seen that it was 105, I opened the door on it. Because I thought, whoa, that's just too hot. So, got tons of this stuff to kind of plant and stuff. I'm going to try to be careful not to step on any of my peas growing, because those are kind of few and far between. But we want to get max coverage of the area, right? So, just going to kind of throw some stuff here and there. We'll put some up here in the raised bed too, man, because you don't want to leave that out, You don't want to leave the raised bed out. And make sure it's got good stuff growing in it too. Yeah, more organic matter and doing its thing. Loving life. Keep trying to make sure I step in the same spots every time so I don't ruin what I got growing over here. I'm trying to stay off of it as much as possible. That is one reason why I did plant it pretty thick, was so I could come in here if I needed to and kind of walk around once it got up and going good, established properly. I could come in here and walk around and not worry about it too much. I'm just really trying to hit those bald spots in places where there's stuff growing. It's just not as thick, right, for some reason. Even though I planted it very, very good, some places just did not get as thick. And so right there is all we're doing. And then all this stick and stuff that we just don't use, we toss over here to the back side there. That'll get used up and turned into compost in here as well. So it's a win-win for everything. You guys can see it is really looking pretty in here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look how nice and pretty and thick that stuff is. Look at these strawberry plants coming back to life. I mean, there's strawberry plants popping up all over the place. Not to mention, we have strawberries growing outside the daggone door now because they climbed underneath the door. You see where I had to step over there. That stuff will pop back up and everything. But that raised bed's really looking good. Got several things over there growing. Getting ready to put several more things over there and get that popping. As soon as it stops raining, we'll hopefully put together those other raised beds, get them situated and done. I'm trying to think where to put them raised beds at, and I got a couple ideas. And so I think we're going to put a couple of the other two alongside the house over there, and see if we can get growing in those over by the house, because it's just so rocky over there. It grows good over there. It does really good because it stays warm off that house. But I think we could even grow further into the year planting beside the house because of the warmth. But I think a lot of it hurts us because the ground is just not suitable for growing much over there. It's very rocky because there's huge boulders and they poured gravel over top of it and stuff. So anyhow, very excited for what's getting ready to come up. And this stuff's just looking beautiful in here. I mean, just absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to go ahead and water it all in and everything. I'm just going to kind of show you what we got going on in the greenhouse and let you know we got some very exciting things coming up for the greenhouse this year. We can't wait till everything really starts to take off and grow. We've got asparagus that should be popping up any time in here, and some other things that we're going to be planting in the upcoming weeks in here, one thing at a time. And yeah, it ought to be a lot of fun. So stay tuned for all that. It looks like I'm going to have to start opening up the door in here every day, airing it out some, because it's just way too 110, 115, just way too hot, especially for February in a greenhouse. So we'll have to fix that. But yeah, it's going to be fun. A lot of good things are coming, and this greenhouse is going to produce, I hope, good Lord willing, I've got plans for it to produce some of the biggest giants that ever came off of our property this year. So, guys, we appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time, right here in the Hollers and Hills of West Virginia.
Don't forget to smash that like button, that notification bell. Don't get the
Good job. Here you go. Thank you.
Don't get the
Don't forget to share. Yep. There you go. Good job. And
And
subscribe.